Did you know you can advertise on podcasts?
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Find out more at podvertise.com.au. That's podvertise with an s.com.au. Ozcast.
Yes, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Booze Team Man. Andy Martin, Matty Burgess, Jared Walsh. We are usually the best team men, boys, but this time round, we sit down, we open a beverage, and we talk stuff, random stuff, explicit stuff.
A little bit looser than the other one we do.
We give a bit of a review on the beverage,
Yes.
and this time round, we are drinking...
Tomich. Thank you very much to Jamie Manson, otherwise known as...
Marilyn Monroe.
He has given us a beautiful Woodside Pinot. It's a 2019. Just open it up now. So.
Love a good Pinot. Now, am I right in saying
glad you said
Pinots? Pinots. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Sounding good.
Yes.
Yep.
I like it.
You can keep talking while I'm pouring.
Sorry. I'm mesmerised by the pouring of
it's
it.
hypnotising.
Yeah. It's one of those, satisfying things, you know, that they...
Cheers, boys. Let's get into it. So but before that, let's let it sit for a little bit. We can
Okay,
say cheers.
just cheers.
But it's rude not to have a sip anyway. The thing about Pinots, and I love my wine, stick with Ozcast Network because I have some wine stuff coming out very soon. So the thing about Pinots is they are from traditionally a cooler climate. So if you go into McLaren Vale, they will have a lot of your Pinots because it's a lot... you're thinking I'm saying penis.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying penis.
I know.
But it's a lot lighter. So Pinot is one of those ones you can drink during summer. If you want to have a red wine during summer, you can go your rosé, or if you want something a bit stronger than that, go your Pinot. If you go into Victoria, like the Mornington Peninsula, down in Sorrento, places like that, strong Pinot area. Cooler climate, a lot of rainfall, and that's where you're going to get that taste. You guys just love me saying Pinot.
It's just...
Because you love, you know what? You guys love talking. So speaking of Pinot, and when I say Pinot, I'm talking about penis because that's what you want to talk about.
No, but back on the Pinot. So you're massive.
What do you mean back on the...
We never left the Pinot.
Yeah.
Massive wine drinker.
Yeah.
You know your wines.
Yeah.
How do you rate this one so far?
Yeah,
on the first smell.
It's funny though because I've had this before, and having like a Pinot in my mouth.
A Pinot in my mouth.
I traditionally am more of a Shiraz drinker, but when you find a good Pinot, you stick with it. You guys can't take this seriously because you... Anyway, this one we're having is, I don't mind this one. It is nice. I think this is something that because we are heading into the warmer months, I want to start drinking more Pinots. This is not working out the way.
Well, I feel like...
you guys are little dicks.
Like, I don't want to make this sexist, but I'm saying like a rosé is more of a female drink.
Well, it could be, but it depends if you like white wine as well. A lot of guys like drinking white wine, and others don't. I don't drink much white wine or champagne. So the way that the journey takes you, I think it's a nice red equivalent of something a little bit lighter. So I went to a winery a few weeks ago, and I was having drinks with a couple of guys that I know. And when we were having photos, one of the things the guy loved doing was grabbing me in the nuts for photos.
Actual nut grab?
Yeah.
Not even a dick flick?
He thought that was appropriate. Now, we briefly touched on dick flicking a while ago.
Yeah.
Where do you sit with it now? Because at school, it's really fun.
Nah.
But now I'm at a point of going, don't do that anywhere. Like, guys, dick flicking is a bit jocular and a bit of fun, like towel flicking. But I'm now an anti-dick toucher and dick flicker.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, of other people.
Yeah.
Oh, myself, go your hardest. I mean, far out, give me all the Pinot that I can have. I'm going to blow my nose.
This was good. The old trumpet's back. The old Timmy trumpet. There we go.
Play us a song.
Yeah.
You want to try and play a song?
Go on.
What song do you want to hear?
Whap.
G'day, guys. I'm Timmy Trumpet.
Perfect.
Did that change tune at all?
No. It was the same three notes.
Because I was playing Freaks.
Yeah, it sounded pretty much like it.
Yeah, so we're all anti-dick touching. Andos, you've got a secret website.
Oh, yeah. I've had this for years.
Yeah.
And I've never actually looked at it.
Okay.
Apart from once when I was like, hey, is this website made any money? So it's a dating website. Right.
Jason lost his Pinot.
Yeah.
I just had a sip. It's very good. It's very good.
You're right.
Just because I'm just into the fact that you had a dating website.
Yeah. Well, when Tinder first came out, I was like, fuck, people are getting on top of this. I've never been part of the dating website world, so I didn't know much about it. I just knew that people were starting to get into this. And I wanted to get into it in the way of making lots of money. Cash. A bit of cash for the weekends.
Yes.
So
Pissed already, aren't we?
So I looked around and I found this. It's what they call a white labeling website business, right? So they come up with the idea at the back end, so to speak, and how it operates and stuff like that. And literally, you just
so many puns.
You give your domain names, you give your details, and then you're attached to that website, and you can call it whatever you want, you can change it, whatever. But the back end, it's professionally done. It's all good. So I come along like, fuck, what should I call this website? And I was like, the more sexier and the more like. All right, who's that? That's me.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
Wait, you were about to tell us a sexy name for your website?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
All
This
right.
is amazing.
So I'm like, okay, you have the Tinders, and then I was starting to look at like actual dating websites to have a bit of research, a bit of R&D, right? A bit of research and development. On
Yeah.
And I was like, had your adult friend finder was a massive one. There was one called like Red Hot Pie, I think. Or something like that.
That is not appealing at all.
what the site name?
Red Hot Pie.
Yes, it was something along the lines of that.
Because it sounds like something you go to the doctor for.
Yeah, he's got red hot pie.
Yeah, I got on Tinder the other night and I've got red hot pie. And so I found all these websites and I jotted them down. I was like, what should I call it? And then you have to look for the domain, see it's available and all that sort of stuff. I came up with bootycalltime.com.
How is that not already taken?
I don't know, but I took it and I paid my money and I bought it and attached it to this website and it's been running for years and I haven't checked on it at all.
You reckon it's made any money?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. It wasn't a very appealing looking website, to be honest. Do you want to show
a photo of you on there?
Yeah,
Andy with a Pinot.
While Andy's getting this website up, so it sounds wanky when you drink a glass of wine. When people say you've got to like smell it and swirl your glass around, it does make a huge difference though. So this actually smells beautiful. You see me go. You don't know if I'm blowing my nose or not. So hold on.
The old gullet.
This is actually really, really nice.
Yeah.
And I reckon this you can get this in Woodside in South Australia as well. Out of the Pinots, this is probably a stronger Pinot than what I'm used to. So that means it gets it closer to that bolder taste.
Do you think it's stronger because you're drinking out of Maddie's glass?
Ooh. Oh, God, sorry. Yeah, it does
I'm drinking out of Andy's.
Does have a hint of Fanta about it.
Put my tongue into Jared's glass here. Let's see what happens.
Everything is an innuendo. Oh, wait a sec. Here's Jesus.
Wow.
This is your website.
Here's mine, right? So bootycalltime.com. Underneath, what does it say? I don't remember what I wrote, but what does it say? It's in cursive. It says...
It's time to get...
What you want.
Yeah, it's time to get what you want. So apparently you sign up...
Whose booty is that? Is that from Getty?
I don't know.
So,
yeah.
Google images.
Yeah, mine, actually. Yeah, so I haven't told Yaz yet that I've got this, but she doesn't know anything about it. But now...
And what's below? Find your partner in Adelaide.
Yeah, I think... See, they're not people from Adelaide.
No.
Well, there you go. There's one.
You could...
Be Brave. He's in Parramatta.
That's in Sydney.
That's
awesome. So that's an actual functioning website.
That is a functioning website. As you can see, it's not secure. I haven't done the right thing. So bootycalltime.com.
We should. Okay, so how much does it cost to sign up? $50.
It's been years since I looked at it. I've got no idea.
Maybe we can use the $50 that Mark Bickley owes you and sign up to Booty Call Time.
What, sign Mark up?
Hey, mate, Mark Dickley.
Sports star or porn star?
Yeah. Both in this case. There you go. That's my secret little website that I've now told everyone about. So I'm sure people will be flocking towards this one.
Absolutely.
Jamie, if you are wanting to send more wine to us, can you please do that?
Jamie, stop sniffing your glass.
No, it's the smell of it is...
You're like Kimber. Just sniffing everything.
Have you shaved your dog yet? No, this is, I'm really enjoying this. And Jamie interacts with us heaps.
He does.
On social media. He's like, why isn't this up yet? Why aren't you doing it? Like he's one of our, you know what? He's a member, so he's allowed to be demanding.
Absolutely. Well, I'm assuming that he's on the road a lot, driving around with boxes of wine.
Yeah.
So plenty of time to listen to podcasts.
That's right.
So
you can contact Jamie if you do want to get some of this. I think the more this sits as well, I'm starting to get some fruity taste as well.
Well, it is grapes, so I'm assuming.
Well, that's true. But you're not a wine drinker, Matty.
I'm not massive on wine, no, but
that's fine.
This is I can actually sit here and drink this.
I think white wine is an acquired taste. And once you break the barrier of going like, I'm not a wine drinker, and starting to get into it, I drink wine not for consumption. Like, I've never had a whole bottle to myself, ever.
Right.
I'll probably get to like 3/4 of a bottle and go, I'm done, because wine hangovers are fucked.
Yeah.
I know that from experience, but also I love enjoying it, and the ones which you can really enjoy the flavour and sitting there. Like I did a podcast with a guy last week about wine, and the thing we spoke about is wine is a great conversation starter. You can...
There it is.
There's one a week.
No, you sit down and you talk about the wine, but it's not like, let's just have a session and get blind. That's like there's a story behind every wine about the region you get it from. So yeah, this is nice. And Jamie's going to come and sit in with us one time when we do a podcast as well.
That'd be awesome. Is he coming in for a Booze Team Men?
I'm not sure.
Best or
I don't know. I think he just wants to hang around us a lot. Why on the whiteboard do we have a story that says bleeding?
Oh, that's one of mine. Yeah. Well, the question I had for you guys: have you ever had any issues where you have actually? How do you say this without being like
just say it?
Bleeding from the arse? Do you know what I mean by that? So, like,
you've painted a really good picture. Yeah.
I don't say paint.
You've gone to the toilet and you've gone, shit, I haven't eaten beetroot. What's going on there?
Yeah.
And it's very sore.
Yeah.
Not regularly, no.
No, but I believe me and Jared used to have this conversation.
Yeah. So
it's weird.
Hey, speaking of red.
Yeah. It was the colour of the brand, yeah. If you're not eating enough fibre and your stools are a bit different, sometimes you can get an anal fissure, which is it's very formal.
Is that a character from Home and Away?
It's Donald's grandson. Hey, Flathead, where's your grandson with the bleeding ass? But that's like a tear in your balloon knot. And then other times it's, which I reckon you probably would have experienced a bit of a, when you're on the roid, but not the steroid.
Hemmer.
Yeah, you're on the hemmer.
Yeah, I reckon that's what's happened.
It's basically like you've got a vineyard growing out of your old mate. Some grapes.
Out of your freckle.
Freckle. I've never heard of that one. I've been a balloon knot boy. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, because that does make sense.
That's what Rowie used to call people on the air.
Yeah, he did.
You balloon knot, until he actually had to be told, you're calling them an anus, right?
Oh, actually, can I play something to you, which is actually to do with anuses? Stand by. Yeah, I remember the day when he got pulled up on that.
Yeah, anal fissure.
So what sort of fisher are you? You a kingfisher? You go for barramundi? No, I'm an anal fisher. Oh, okay, great. Good luck. You got any lures for that?
What do you use for bait?
Matty, while Eddie's looking for this audio, you've got something about being not let in before we wrap this up. Booze Team Men's a bit of a short one.
So when I was playing at the Grand through its peak times and years and golden years and all that.
So before I rocked up,
was this a Sunday?
Yes, it was a Sunday. This particular time was a Sunday, so you would have to get there real early to get in, or no Wayne. And this kid's rocked up, and I remember I'd just about to start, or I've just finished my set, and I used to love just going to stand out the front and looking at the line, knowing I could just walk straight back in. It was a bit of an ego trip for me. Yeah. And there was a kid, and he would have waited in the line, I reckon, for an hour, and he had a mullet.
Yep.
Most nightclubs have a no mullet policy or no rat's tail policy or something like that. So, and He was at the front, and the bouncers denied him because of his haircut. He then demanded that one of the staff go get a pair of scissors for him, and I watched him cut his mullet off.
That is crazy.
And they let him in.
Wow.
They had that a couple of years ago as well at the Alma, didn't they, where they didn't let someone in because they had a no mullet policy.
Yep.
And mullets are everywhere now. They're
They are
back.
now, yeah, they are.
I think they're gross.
Well, I'm probably just jealous. I can grow one. But
No, I find it disrespectful to people having hair. I'm like, you've got that.
Yeah.
Don't treat it like that.
That's right.
I find offensive mullets on women.
Oh, he's
so
bad.
bad.
He's bad. What is your thing with judging women and fringes and mullets?
I love women, but when they got a mullet, no good.
I love women. That's a great grab. Mate, tell us about your laughs. I love women.
I love women.
Oh man,
What are you going to play for us, mate?
It was speaking of Uranus. There's the car park that's closest to Ozcast is the lifts are planets, right?
Yeah.
And the further you get from the ground floor, the further you get up the solar system. Yes, and
he's right. Like
Yeah.
each level has a name of a planet. Yeah.
I was on level 8 or whatever, so that was a pretty shitty planet.
Pluto or something.
and I was like, hang on a minute, this one here is Uranus, and he's calling them out. Like his voice calls them out every time. I was like, I'm going back down to level 6, and I'm going to do this, or level 7 or whatever it is. And then I've decided to record it for you boys.
Thank you.
Because it is weird, and I want to know, is this another pronunciation? And they've tried to get around the fact that it's called Uranus, but you be the judge. You be the judge.
Welcome to Uranus.
Do you think they've actually Uranus?
Yeah.
They've definitely changed it
Yeah,
because
he's had a
the whole-
laugh.
Yeah, okay.
Uranus.
Yeah. Imagine what a shit voiceover guy though.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that's your job.
Well,
Talk like a robot for a
Yeah,
day.
but that's one job that we don't have.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fair cool.
Welcome to Uranus.
I bet he got made redundant after that one lift though, because I doubt it was getting played everywhere else.
Imagine if it was just some bloke just locked in there, just having it's a manual labour.
Did you try any of the other ones? Like Welcome to Pluto.
No, all those others were correct.
Were correct,
The other ones
okay.
were correct, yeah. But yeah, if he was tied up in there, he'd be like, please let me out. I've been in here for 3 years.
Hey, boys, I've enjoyed the Tomich.
good. Yeah, the wine's good.
Jamie Manson, you're a good man. He's changed his profile picture because Glenelg aren't reigning premiers in the Sandful anymore. So if you want more information about Tomich, you can get in touch with Jamie. Make sure you ask for him as well to give you all of the sales. They've got a website as well, and they are in Woodside. Go to the cellar door. They've got 27 blocks. This is very nice. This is a very nice Pinot, and you guys have very nice Pinots as well.
Thank you very much. Side note with the whole Glenelg not being premiers and the Eagles, did this year, and the West End fucking chimney.
Yeah.
So when does that come down?
They're keeping the chimney.
Right. Just the chimney's going to be
Yeah,
there?
it was in the news, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't listen to commercial news. I listen to podcasts. So there you go.
Okay.
Povertise.com.
Oh, yeah, how do you povertise?
Povertise.com.au.
I love you guys.
I love you guys too. Yeah, you guys are great.
Let's finish this wine.
Okay.